Okay, the BaldAthon is moving and grooving. And for those of you who don't know, Celebrity Chef Craig Chasky, he is actually creating a recipe book, and I'm so excited to be part of that journey with him. Met him roughly 5 years ago, and we met again, and we met for the very first time in Florida. And the BaldAthon, he was one of the top people on my list. I just had to have here. And then he's meeting my friend Jerry Edwards, and they're going to collaborate on another holiday, which is International Chef Day, celebrating chefs around the world. It's international, and that's October 20th. So if any of you are professional chefs, know a professional chef, I know they'd be eager to create an experience like this. So welcome, Craig. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. And you?
Good. Great. I mean, I'm great. I mean, I see you. I see this amazing haircut. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you, but I just wanted to just say thank you. You are such a good friend. You have the best attitude. You've made such a difference in community with food. You are a stand for what you believe, which is food makes a difference. It makes you feel vitality. So you'll have 8 or 9 minutes to share about leadership, but I hope you share a couple minutes of how food and leadership are connected. Without
Absolutely.
further ado, Chef Craig, share your thoughts and feelings of leadership, why you're a leader, and how you make a bold difference as a chef and a leader.
Okay, excellent. Well, one of my favorite books is Powerful Quotes by Ken, and it made a difference in my life. I believe in libraries, and I have a porcelain library in my house where you'll get that on the way home, where I sit and do a lot of reading. And the powerful quotes from world leaders and speakers inspired me. And on a daily basis, I always read a quote to set the pace and rhythm of my day so that I can be a positive influence in the world despite what's going on in my life at certain interviews. So what leadership means to me is managing is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. And if you do the right things, like my dad used to say, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. So being authentic, being real, and being genuine and caring about people is very important. And regardless what you do in life, I've been in culinary arts over 50 years. I'm 170 years old. I'm just very well preserved for my age. It has to do with a lot of the foods that I eat. So being in leadership and inspiring belief and instilling hope and inspiration for others that are intimidated by culinary arts and cooking. I remember when my grandfather passed away, when my grandmother passed away, my grandfather never even knew how to boil water. So he had to learn, from the start. So I always humble myself and put myself in position with others so that I can be in their place and remember that I don't know everything and that I need to be open-minded and let my ego kind of set to the side so that I can be an influence in people's life by putting myself in their position so I can also learn what to do. So with leadership, I hope that was a decent definition, and I'm looking forward to the next step with Dr. Smiley.
All right. Well, we have more to share than that because you have a full 8 minutes and you have three or four. So I want to I'll guide you with some questions if that's cool.
Excellent.
Okay. So when did you start pouring your heart into, well, first of all, when was the day that you decided to get this great haircut?
Well, I remember when my hairline started to recede, and when the top was down in my car, my hair on my sides, like bozo, was getting in my eyes, and I realized that someone said to me, "You should go bald because you have the right shaped head." And I said, "I do," because I never thought about it. And I remember shaving my head for the first time with a little Hot Wheels razor,
Yep.
and I nicked myself up pretty good and looked like I was in a battle. And I just thought, wow, this looks pretty good. And some of my mentors, like Mahatma Gandhi and Bruce Willis and Denzel and Jay Strayham and all these very prominent actors. And I always was told that I did food theater when I did my events at the farmers markets, that I could be bald and beautiful and be rich and famous. And my dad said I could be politically correct or rich. I chose rich, and it pays better. So being bald is beautiful, and being bald is, for me, instilling confidence and belief in myself that I can be different.
Understood. So how about that? Now you said you were 170 years old, so I'm presuming it was around 130 that you decided to
Yes, yeah, right about that age. Yes.
and how long have you loved food and
Well,
that
a
was
gr-
your life?
that's a great question. I was 6 years old and put my hand on our electric stove and burnt my hand. And my hand's okay, but ever since that, I always loved the heat in the kitchen. And when I went to CIA at Culinary Park, not the Central Intelligence, but the Culinary Institute of America, I was taught that, you know, 87% of the people that graduate end up in the front of the house, and only a small percentage end up in the back of the house because there's a certain mentality and demeanor that you need to have in your being to be able to withstand the pressures and the things that go on in the kitchen. I don't know if you ever saw the series The Bear, but or read Kitchen Confidential by Bourdon. The kitchen is a very theatric stage for what goes on behind the scenes, and everyone that gets the result in a meal doesn't actually experience and see what goes on behind the scenes, and they see this end result, which the old saying, break a leg. We break a lot of legs in the kitchen when we're preparing because for me, putting the passion into what I do and caring about if I was to eat this myself, I could pay it forward by serving others and making a difference in their life with infused cuisine by permeating the foods that I make with pure essential oils that are therapeutic and tested third party and indigenous and 50 to 70 times the strength of normal herbs that can actually help heal you and help you have better sleep and have you better energy and better overall being and add 20 years of longevity to your life. So, Ken, you didn't realize it, but you're going to be about 140 years old when I get done with you.
I'm excited. Do you want to share your excitement about partnership? Is that releasable?
Yes. We're partnering up with my first edition of a cookbook that has about 50 recipes in it that I'm mentoring others. And I always say you have a mentor or tormentor in your life. It's better to have a mentor. And Ken, Dr. Smiley is one of my first and foremost mentors in compiling this book along with my beautiful wife, Elizabeth Massey of Heal Well and Thrive, and making a difference by instilling hope in others through non-intimidating recipes that can be utilized in the kitchen on an everyday basis that can help your entire family and the community at large with healing foods. Not your normal cookbook, a paragraph recipe that is in large font for people like me that can't see. I should have eaten more carrots. And I probably wouldn't be wearing these right now. But I'm excited about this new venture with Dr. Smiley. Ken's been a tremendous influence and guide for me to do what's right and also do what's correct in the world of books. And please stay in touch with us because when this releases, it's going to be probably one of the biggest impacts in your life for your well-being and your family's livelihood.
What's the name of the book?
Recipes of Hope.
And you brought up a very good point. you mentioned several people, and I need to add Gandhi on here. Um, but these are people that I just thought of that have changed the world at the biggest level, and they just happen to be bald, but it is leadership. It is leadership. So I wanted to just put this up here because Gandhi is going to be added. That is, I mean, two of my favorite quotes in the world are Gandhi, which is your life is your message, and what you think and what you say and what you do, if they're in harmony, that is happiness. So, how do people reach you, connect with you, celebrate you?
Uh, I was hacked a couple of months ago, lost about 18,000 followers, but we're rebuilding that right now. I can be found on Facebook at Craig Chasky. My website is chefcraigchasky.com, which will have a landing page and a QR code for the cookbook. You can also reach me at celebritychefchaski.com or at celebritychefchaski@gmail.com. Also on Instagram. So please stay in touch with me. Any culinary questions? I did NPR radio for about 7 years with drive time for Vox Pop. So a lot of questions were presented to me in regards to any challenges, issues, health concerns. My background's nutrition. I had Lyme disease in the 70s and beat it. So I have my own testimonial on how to cure yourself and help empower yourself by fortifying your cells and your immune system so that you can heal well and thrive.
And where are you located?
I'm in the Georgia mountains, about 1,100 feet up, and it's just beautiful. Um, and I'll utilize your card. Y'all smile here. And it's been a blessing we're in Sarasota, Florida. Pandemic hit. We both had a conversation, decided that it was time for transitioning to my dad used to say you could be a big fish in a small ocean. And being that this area that we live in Georgia is a small community, but we have the largest healthcare facilities in anywhere in the United States. So we're making a big difference. I oversee 900 meals a day at a healthcare facility here in Georgia and make a difference by empowering people. And hopefully, we're going to be able to launch the cookbook live at this place, and we'll give you that information when that time comes. But I always say, stay in touch with us because the best is yet to come.
And you have an oven, uh, pizza brick oven right?
Yes, I spent 3 months every weekend building an outdoor pizza oven. And I utilized a dog igloo house as the template. So if you can just imagine that, and we'll probably, with Ken's help, do a time lapse edition of how we built this. But the outcome of the whole thing with Ken's suggestion was to create a cookbook for children to learn how to create delicious pizzas, serve them in the community, and pay it forward and make a difference by learning the fundamentals, principles, techniques, and steps of making pizza to make a difference in the world at large.
So put your information in. So anyone that knows a chef that should be on the International Chef event, as well as his book release, and he does a lot of community events where you get to meet wonderful people. So thank you, Celebrity Chef Craig Chasky.
It was an honor. Thank you so much, and really enjoying all the other speakers today. And I'm going to continue to watch because I'm learning a lot from everyone. And again, Ken, thank you and your team for this valuable time.
You're welcome.